Welcome to Biff's Mystery Theater. I have many tales to tell you. Ghost stories, murder stories, and tales that will make your bones chill. Join me, won't you? For Theater of the Mind, where you always have the best seat in the house. Now close your eyes and turn off the lights.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
And now for another thrilling adventure of The Shadow. Today's story, The Night Marauders. The Shadow, a mysterious character who furthers the forces of law and order, is in reality Lamont Cranston, wealthy young man about town. The Shadow uses his hypnotic power to cloud men's minds so they cannot see him. Cranston's friend and companion, the lovely Margo Lane, is the only person who knows to whom the unseen voice of the Shadow belongs. As the scene opens in our story, it is night. Dark, still night. And we find ourselves the unseen observers of two vague figures moving almost silently across a windowsill and into a darkened bedroom where lies asleep a beautiful girl at peace with the world. Then, out of the stillness,
Hello? Oh, hello, darling. What? Well, what happened? Are you all right? Well, who was it? A short, powerful man? A monster? Why, you're dreaming, darling. Yes? They ransacked your whole room. That sounds like the Night Marauders. Margo, I'm coming right over as soon as I call Commissioner Weston. Now, don't worry. I'll be right there. Goodbye.
Come in, Lamont.
Margo, are you all right?
Yes, I guess so. My throat's a little bruised.
Your throat?
Yes, one of them had his fingers wrapped around my neck.
That's horrible.
I guess that's what's known as getting fingerprints the hard way.
Now, this is no joking matter, Margo.
Oh, I'm aware of that every time I swallow.
Did you see what they looked like?
Only the one by my bed. But I could hear the other one prowling around the room. Ooh, it was creepy.
What did the one by your bed look like?
Well, the best description I can think of at the moment is Frankenstein's homely brother. He was quite short, with long arms and a really bestial face.
That's an ugly description.
It was an ugly face.
That's probably Commissioner Weston. I asked him to come over. Come in, Commissioner.
Thank you, Cranston. How are you, Miss Lane?
All right, now, thanks.
Now, where did it happen?
Right in here in my bedroom.
Did they take anything of value?
A few years off my life.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, tell me just what took place, Miss Lane.
Well, I'm a little hazy as to detail. You see, I was asleep, and I was dreaming about pumpkin pies.
What?
Honest, pumpkin pies. You know, the kind that Mother never makes.
Yes, Miss Lane, but tell me about your waking moments.
Don't you like pumpkin pies?
I adore pumpkin pies, Miss Lane. But this is a police investigation, not a cooking class.
I'll listen to your dream later, Margo.
Thank you, darling.
Do you mind...
Oh, sorry. Well, I was awakened by the realization that something was grasping my throat. And it incidentally wasn't pumpkin pie.
Miss Lane, please.
I started to scream, but the man put his other hand across my mouth.
And then the other man ransacked your room, is that right?
Yes, how'd you know?
Well,
You ought to know. The same two nocturnal Nimrods have been driving Commissioner Weston and his department slightly insane.
It's not that bad, Cranston.
We'll have them both under lock and key any day now.
Oh, then you know who they are?
Well, not exactly.
Do you even vaguely know who they are?
Well,
Not exactly, eh, Commissioner?
we know how they work and, well,
And you know they're burglars.
Yes, we know that, but... I mean, the department always catches up with crimes, Miss Lane.
Well, I'd like to catch up with these criminals myself, Commissioner. If you need a running mate, I wish you'd count on me.
No thanks, but I appreciate your offer.
I see.
There's just one thing I think you should know before I leave, Miss Lane.
Yes, Commissioner?
I really do like pumpkin pie. Good night.
Well, that was a nice, chummy little investigation, but I failed to see that it proved anything.
It didn't. And Weston's plenty worried, too.
Lamont, I don't like that glint in your eye. Are you going to get mixed up in this?
Definitely.
Oh, Lamont.
Now, you go back to bed, Margo. I'll come over in the morning, and we'll figure out how the Shadow can track down the night marauders. Yeah, Margo, you don't know how fortunate you were last night.
What do you mean, Lamont?
Now, look at this newspaper. Night marauders turned to murder.
Murder?
Yes. The body of John Kenyon was discovered this morning by his valet. He'd been brutally murdered sometime before dawn today. Due to the deep bruises on his throat and the fact that his bedroom had been ransacked, Commissioner Weston admitted that the night marauders were unquestionably guilty.
Oh, Lamont. It might have been I.
Yes, Margo. May I use your phone?
Yes, surely.
I'm going to ask Weston again if I can work with him. If he doesn't want me, I'm going to work on this case by myself.
You can't tell Lamont. Maybe he'll make you a special deputy or something.
That's right, he might. Hello? Police Department? I'd like to speak to Commissioner Weston, please. Commissioner Weston. No. Weston, W-E-S-T-O-N. You know, the head of your department. Yes, that's it, that's right. The operator said he'd try to find him.
Oh, that's fine. They're supposed to catch criminals, and they can't even find their commissioner.
Hello? This is Cranston, Commissioner. I just read about the night marauders' latest crime, and I'd still like to lend a hand in rounding them up. I think that I could... Oh, I see. You're not running a school for detectives, huh? Goodbye. Nice fellow.
Did you read this, Lamont?
What, dear?
Henry Burns, an employee of the city, is quoted as having seen two figures leap from Kenyon's window at about the same hour that the crime was committed.
Good. That's something to work on.
Well, what do you plan to do?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Shadow paid a call on Henry Burns tonight.
Thanks for making sure I got home safely. I guess you can go now, officer.
No. Not until I take a look around your apartment, Mr. Burns. Now, you're so nervous that if a mouse...
Nervous? How would you like to be locked up all day in a room the size of a cigar box? And hour after hour face the inquisition of questions hammered at your head?
Now, they were only trying
How would you like it? Answer me, how would you like it?
Say, look, Mr. Burns, you'd better take it easy.
I'll be dead before morning.
Now, no one's going to kill you, Mr. Burns, not with me on the job. I'll be right downstairs. Good night. Pleasant dreams.
Well, Mr. Burns,
What? Who said that?
I did.
Well, where are you? Who are you?
I am the Shadow.
Shadow. I've heard of you, but I can't see you.
I cloud men's minds so they cannot see me.
Oh, you did that to me, huh?
Yes. Now see here, Mr. Burns. I haven't come here for any other purpose than to act as your friend, to help you. Please believe me.
Somehow I do believe you, Shadow.
Good. Then tell me what you saw last night.
Oh, I can't. I tell you, I just can't.
Why can't you?
I was hoping that you'd be different from the rest. But it's just the same series of questions. What did you see? What did they look like?
Wait a minute, Mr. Burns. I came in with you and the officer that escorted you home. You told him you expected to die.
Yeah.
To die?
Yeah, that's right. I expect to be killed. I'm not afraid to die.
Since you're not afraid to die, Mr. Burns, why shouldn't you tell me what you saw last night?
I hadn't thought of it that way. As long as you're going to get me anyway, why shouldn't I tell? All right. I did see something. It was horrible, Shadow. Horrible, I tell you.
Don't be afraid.
Well, I was walking home. I passed the apartment house where the murder was committed. I heard a weird call, an unearthly sound from nowhere. I turned and saw two figures that appeared silently from a second-story window. They slipped to the ground without a sound and hurried, half running, half walking. Disappeared in the shrubbery across the street at the edge of the park. One of them was short, massive, unbelievably horrible to see. And the other in his hands... What was that?
Look at your feet.
Huh?
A piece of rock with some paper tied to it.
I know it's the night Marauders. I know it's from them.
Read it. Pick it up and read it.
All right. Dead men and wise men say nothing. You have the choice of being either dead or wise. Sign the night Marauders. Dead or wise.
Put the note on the table.
All right.
It's the first clue. And from that very scrap of paper, the police may be able to get fingerprints. 100 leads to the solution of these crimes.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the police could find the night Marauders. Hurry, take it. Take it to the police. That note may save my life.
I will. And now, Mr. Burns.
Yeah?
I suggest that you try to get some rest. The police are on guard. You're safe enough here.
I guess you're right. You go out this way. Good night.
Good night. Rest well.
Huh? Rest well. Dead men and wise men say nothing.
Mr. Burns, open the door! Open the door, Mr. Burns! Now, answer. Come on, help me break this door down, okay? Oh, here we are.
Look at the poor devil.
Oh, good Lord.
Is he dead? Let me look at the body.
Oh, I can't stand this.
Quiet. Still breathing a little. Be quiet, stand back. Mr. Burns, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Shadow.
The Shadow. So he's the guy behind the riddle of the night Marauders.
Murphy. Murphy. Yes, Commissioner Whitson. I want a list of every piece of jewelry that the night marauders have stolen from their victims. Yes, sir. Has any of it turned up at the pawn shops yet? No, sir, not a piece. We've been checking every fence for months, sir. All right, then we'll... Yes?
Good morning, Commissioner. I believe you're looking for me for the murder of Henry Burns.
Who's this?
The Shadow, Commissioner.
A shadow?
Yes.
Murphy, have this call traced at once. Get every squad and car in town in action. Right, sir. Now, what did you say, Shadow?
Commissioner, I know you're having this traced. I was in Henry Burns' apartment. While I was there, a stone was thrown through the window. It had a note attached to it.
We didn't find any note.
I know you didn't. I have the note. I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'd better hang up now. You may trace this call faster than I anticipate. Goodbye, Commissioner.
Wait! Commissioner. Well, Murphy, did you trace the call? Yes, sir. Squad cars on the way? No, sir. Why not? The call came from the phone booth here in headquarters. The call? Here in headquarters? Where did you get him? No, sir. There was no one in sight, sir. Well, this is great. The Shadow is now insulting the department with the department's own nickel.
The park's beautiful tonight, isn't it?
Yes, Lamont. Well, what good does it do me?
No, Margo.
Oh, don't be alarmed. I'll behave. You know, Lamont, I made a dreadful mistake last night.
And what was that?
Well, I just remembered. It wasn't the kind of pumpkin pies that Mother made at all.
What wasn't the kind of pumpkin pies that
My dream. It was apple dumplings. Now, wasn't that silly of me? Whatever made me think it was pumpkin pie?
Hey, driver! Watch out for that car. It's cutting off the road.
Yeah, I see the gun on that. Whoa! Steady now. Yeah. Good evening, Miss Cranston.
Commissioner Weston. Hey, you gave us a scare.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Commissioner, I was just telling Lamont. It wasn't pumpkin pie at all last night. It was apple dumplings.
What was...
Which a dream, Commissioner. Last night, you remember.
Oh, yes, I see. I recognized you two riding along, and I thought I'd give you a little tip on detecting, Miss Cranston.
Really? What's that?
While you're driving around the parks for a breath of fresh air, enjoying the sunset after a good dinner...
And a very good dinner it was, too, Commissioner.
I'm driving around in the park because after analysis I discovered that all of the crimes of the night marauders have taken place within a block of the park. What do you think of that?
Well, is that what you call a clue, Commissioner?
Is that what I call it? It's the first significant fact we've unearthed.
Do you really think that the Shadow is guilty, Commissioner?
What else am I to think? He tried to mislead us today by calling up about some phony letter. And furthermore, I think he's right here in this park.
Oh, no, Commissioner.
Yes, sir, that's what I think. And I have a hunch we'll pick him up tonight. Well, I must be going. Goodbye.
Well, maybe he's going to beat you to the punch after all.
Maybe you've got something there.
Lamont.
What is it, Margo? You're white as a sheet.
Did you hear that weird call?
Oh, yes, well, what about it?
That's the call I heard last night. I heard it while that man still had his hand on my throat. And when he heard it, he looked up and then let go immediately.
Are you sure it's the same call?
Oh, Lamont, do you think I could forget one detail of that awful experience?
Driver, stop here.
Yes, sir.
It sounded as though it came from over there by the zoo.
We're going to walk a bit. We'll be back shortly.
Very good, sir.
All right, down you get, Margo. Yeah. Margo, on second thought, I think you'd better go back and stay in the carriage.
All right. Oh, but be careful, Lamont, please.
I'll be as quiet as a shadow. Get back, Freddie. Get back. You want me to clean your cage, don't you? There, that's better. Now you stay over there where you belong, Freddie. You know, Freddie, you're a very interesting playmate. Oh, you're a little rough once in a while, but when you figure it out, you're quite like a human. We've been friends for a long time, eh, Freddie? Yes, I remember when you first came here. Yes, you were just a little fellow, and now you're a full-grown gorilla. The finest specimen in captivity. Yes. Why, when you came here, you weren't any bigger than Jocko. If you could only read, Freddie, you'd laugh, too. Do you know what the papers said today, Freddie? They said that the Shadow killed that man last night. Yes! Silly fools, as if the Shadow had the strength to do what you did to that man. But fools! Why should he get credit for those murders, Freddie? Oh, but it's just as well. Until you get more experience, Freddie, yes. Then no one will take credit for our work. You know, Freddie, we can rule this whole city. And do you know how, Freddie? Through fear. You know, now what's the matter with you? Now, shut up, Freddie, shut up there now. What's the matter with you? What was that?
It's the Shadow.
Shadow? Where are you?
Here in the cage with you and your gorilla.
Oh, you're the man nobody can see. What are you doing here?
I've been standing here listening to you talk to your friend Freddie.
So you've heard everything I said?
Yes.
And we keepers always talk to our animals. They are more quiet when they hear our voices. It doesn't make any difference what we say, just so long as we talk. Now, what I said meant nothing, Shadow. Nothing at all. No! Now, Shadow, you and Freddie are locked alone in the cage. And he knows you're in the cage. You may be able to hypnotize my mind so I can't see you. But you can't do it to a gorilla, can you? Can you?
You're right. I can't.
Oh, the Shadow is afraid of Freddie, is he?
No.
But you will be, because in a minute I'm going to tell Freddie to kill you. But first, I thought maybe you'd like to ask me about the Night Marauders. Shadow, may I present the Night Marauders? Little Jocko, the monkey who is in the cage down at the end. Freddie, the gorilla. And their trainer and brave, Joseph Shankville. Yes, it's a pleasure to at last be able to introduce us, even if it is only to a doomed man. Yes. Tell me, Shadow, would you be
visible after Freddy killed you?
That remains to be seen. But tell me more about your crimes, Joseph Shancrow.
They are not crimes. They are adventures. No, quiet, Freddy, quiet. It's not quite time yet. Shadow, I'm going to be a great power. Power through fear is my motto.
Why did you turn to murder?
Oh, I was tired of taking jewelry. I wanted a new adventure. I have all the jewelry I need right now hidden beneath you. Yes, beneath the cage you're standing in. But now, Shadow, comes the newest of my adventures. I'm going to see you die. Yes, you know too much besides. I'm tired of talking to you. Oh, this is going to be fun. That's very amusing. Yeah, that's right, Freddy. Now's the time. Kill. Kill, Freddy. Kill. Freddy, do you hear me? Kill him. Blast him to death. Kill him.
Well, Joseph Shancrow, your power is gone. Your gorilla will no longer do what you want.
Freddy, obey me. Kill him.
He will not obey you anymore, Joseph Shancrow.
He belongs to me.
I, too, know and understand animals. Freddy won't kill me.
Yes, he will. Freddy, kill him. Do you hear me? I'm coming in there with a whip. I'll cut you to ribbons, Freddy. Then you'll know who your master is.
You fool! Don't open the door. Stay out. Stay away from him.
Then you'll learn your master's here.
Don't hit him.
Then you'll kill when I tell you to.
Stop it.
You feel that, Freddy?
You're mad. Stop it, I tell you.
Like this, Freddy. Now you know who's the master. You'll do what I say. Now kill, Freddy. Kill. No, not Freddy. Not Freddy. Stop, let go. Stop, let go, Freddy. Stay back, Miss Lane. Stay back. Are you all right, Miss Lane?
Yes. Oh, Commissioner Weston, did you fire those shots?
Yes, I did. I was standing behind that tree there. Oh, just a sec.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm shutting the cage door. The shadow's in here. It's a great moment for me. The gorilla is dead. The night marauders are no more. And I have at last caught the shadow.
Not quite yet, Commissioner.
Shadow, I was right here. I heard everything that went on between you and Joseph Shancrow. I know you're not guilty of murder, but still there are a lot of things I want to know about you, and you won't get out of that cage until I find them out.
But I am out, Commissioner. I came out when the gorilla escaped. And if you don't believe it, you'll find a bullet in the back of the gorilla that didn't come from your gun. Better luck next time, Commissioner.
Miss Lane, if you were not here, I'd say a few things that no gentleman should ever say.
Well, I don't mind if you do say them, but let me first say thank you for saving my life.
Well, I did my bit, but I'm afraid that some of the thanks belongs to the shadow. So help me, someday I'm going to find out who he is.
Margo, are you all right?
Yes, Lamont.
I heard shots. Good heavens, but gorilla, he didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Lamont, he was dead before he got near me. The commissioner saved my life.
Well, for that, Commissioner, I shall never be able to thank you enough.
Well, so you went in on the kill, Lamont, in case the night marauders has been solved. And Lamont, except for a very bad break, I would have been able to introduce you to the shadow.
Really, Commissioner? I can think of nothing more interesting than to have you introduce me to the shadow.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
Arthur, don't, please. 8, 9. This is the hour, my dear.
I can't stand it, I tell you. Always at 9 o'clock it comes. But if I hear that horrible thing again, I'll go crazy. Oh, this awful house.
But it's quiet, my dear. Way out in the country like this, I can install my laboratory here as soon as I get around to it. As for these strange sounds, well, haunted houses have always fascinated me. I've always wanted to meet a ghost, shake hands with him, invite him to tea.
Stop talking like that. It's serious. Oh, I've tried to stand it for your sake, Arthur, but I don't know how much longer. My heart isn't strong, and I... Hear it?
But that That's only the wind, isn't it?
No. It always starts like that. You know it does.
Don't move. Listen.
Arthur, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
A ghost, eh? Well, we'll see. I'll meet him this time. I'll meet him halfway, too.
Stop! Stop!
Come, we'll both meet him. Give me your hand.
No!
Carolyn. Carolyn, it stopped. Can't you hear me? Goodness me. Has the shock killed her? No, her heart still beats. She's only fainted again. Just pass out here.
Turn the next corner, Lamont. It's that big house set on the hill.
May I ask, Margo, the reason for this late call on Carolyn Sneed?
Well, I'd like to know what's the matter with the poor woman. I got an awful shock when I saw her in town last week. She looks positively haggard. I never saw such a change come over a person.
Married life may not agree with her. She was a spinster for close to 40 years, wasn't she?
I know, but I think she was foolish. Carolyn has nearly $1 million in her own name. She didn't have to marry.
Yes, but right now I'm not the shadow. Remember, I'm just your patient chauffeur, darling. Lamont Cranston, in need of a rest from my famous mystery man role. That last adventure took a lot out of me, you know. Well, a marriage problem is hardly as...
Seriously, though. Nobody knows anything about this man she married. He came into town 6 months ago, met Carolyn in some accidental manner at the county fair, and proceeded to rush her off her feet. I've met him only once, but I don't like his looks.
Something sinister, I gather. Hence the shadow idea. Well, who is he anyway?
Professor Arthur Sneed, I believe he calls himself. He has a small office in town where he's supposed to be working on inventions or something. Well, here we are.
Usually pretty level-headed, Margo, but don't let your aversion for this man we're seeing be too apparent. Dreary place, isn't it?
I don't see any bell. I guess you're supposed to use the knocker. Here he comes.
Well, who... Oh, it's you, Miss Lane.
Yes. Good evening, Professor Sneed. I hope we aren't too late.
Too late? Too late for what?
Why, I phoned Carolyn that we'd drop in just to say hello.
Well, she didn't tell me. Carolyn isn't feeling well at the moment. I'm sorry. Good night.
Oh, but please, I only want to see her for a moment. That is, unless it's something really serious.
Well, it isn't as serious as she pretends to think it is, but, well, come in.
Thank you. This is my friend Lamont Cranston.
Come in. I'm very happy to see Mr. Cranston. I've heard a lot about him.
How do you do?
You say Carolyn is ill? She didn't mention it when I...
It came on suddenly. She's been in a nervous condition lately, but it's mostly imaginary. I made her go to bed.
Well, would it be all right if I saw her?
I suppose so. Go on up if you like.
Well, thanks. I'll only be a few minutes, Lamont.
What seems to be the trouble with your wife, Professor Sneed?
Oh, she's run down, I guess. Frightfully nervous. She has some absurd notion that this place is, well, haunted.
Haunted?
It's only the wind, of course, and the creaking of an old house. Ghosts. She keeps talking about ghosts. And I can't persuade her that there are no such things.
Of course, old houses have a habit of getting themselves haunted, Professor. As for myself, I'm not so sure there aren't such things as ghosts.
But surely, Mr. Cranston...
Oh, not the conventional sort, perhaps, but... I mean people's spirits. Souls, whatever you want to call them. Haunting the places where they've been unhappy.
Very interesting, I'm sure. But a lot of tosh. I put no stock in it.
I'm just noticing that rather rare book on the table, Professor. Neuroses of Death.
What?
If you're interested in that, I'm sure you must be interested in ghosts. I understand its morbid analysis of the factors of violent death are quite interesting.
What do you know about it?
Oh, I read all sorts of things, Professor.
Professor Sneed.
Oh, yes, Miss Lane?
Carolyn wants her sedative.
Oh, yes. I'll go up and give it to her. Did you find her comfortable, Miss Lane?
I think Carolyn is seriously ill.
Yes, but more nerves than anything. Excuse me just a moment, won't you?
Lamont, there's something wrong here. I was afraid there was. I don't know what it is, but it's something terrible.
What's the matter with Carolyn?
Well, she hardly recognized me, and she talks like one in a trance, as though she were in the grip of some deadly fear. When I suggested sending the doctor over, she shook her head, but I'm going to just the same. I can't help feeling it's that man, her husband.
Yes, he isn't very pleasant, is he? His skin has an odd pallor. You see it on men who've spent some time in prison. There are many little traits of his behavior that interest me as a psychologist. A remarkable man.
But you don't know.
I don't know. But I think we'll investigate this more or less formally, Margot. I'll visit the professor tomorrow at his office in town. If there are ghosts involved here, perhaps the shadow can bring them to light.
Hello? Yes, Carolyn. Well, don't worry, my dear. I'll leave the office here at 5, and I'll be home before 6. Yes, I understand. Goodbye, dear. Well, who is it? Is that you, Miss White? Who's opening that door?
Don't get up, Professor. I'll close it after me.
What?
I thought I might find you in.
Who said that? Who are you?
Your conscience speaking, Professor. Or have you a conscience?
I'll show you what I've got.
Don't excite yourself. I'm only a voice. A voice they call... Professor, have you ever heard of the shadow?
The shadow?
Yes. You seem to have heard of me.
What do you want?
I've come to warn you, Sneed.
Warn me? Warn me about what?
I know what you're doing.
What?
And I know how it's going to end. The end is death.
Death?
I have something here I'll toss in your lap. There. Do you hear it?
Why, you... Get out of here, I tell you.
See it? Look. It's half of a playing card. The ace of spades. When you find the other half, that will be the end.
Get out and leave me alone.
All right, Sneed, I'll go, but don't forget. The shadow knows.
Trying to frighten me with his tricks. Oh, coming back, are you? Oh, it's you, Miss White.
There are 2 gentlemen here to see you, Professor Sneed.
2 gentlemen? Well, I'm not expecting...
I guess you may remember us, Professor Sneed.
Spike.
Your old friends, Spike Collins and Mr. Wilson here.
Yes, of course. Please take those circulars on your desk, Miss White, and mail them at the post office right away.
Yes, sir.
Lock that door, right?
Okay.
And what are you staring at, Sneed? We ain't ghosts.
I thought you two were doing a stretch at Leavenworth.
Yeah, we were. But we framed a getaway.
And now we come to see an old pal.
Well, now listen, Spike. I'd help you if I could.
Nuts. We've been watching you, and we know your game. We ain't got no time to stall. This old dame you married has got plenty of...
I don't know what you're driving at.
Well, you'll know if we squawk about that dame you married out in Idaho that croaked without anybody knowing what was the matter with her.
Cards on the table, Sneed. Is this one signed our money over to you?
Yes. She fixed her will in my favor.
Well, what are you doing to get her?
Well, she has a weak heart. And
I know. Playing ghost and scaring her to death, eh? Well, that's too slow, Sneed. I got a better scheme. We break into the house. Stage a burglary, see? In a scuffle, the old dame gets shot. Dead. It's quick.
No, you can't do that.
No, you'll see.
Spike Collins. Spike Collins. Wake up. Spike Collins.
What? Who's that?
Just a voice, Collins. The voice of your own thoughts, coming to warn you. No one but you can hear me. Your friend Sneed is going to double-cross you tonight. Sneed is going to double-cross you. It's your move. Be there to prevent him. Be there in time. 6 o'clock. Be there.
The Shadow will return in just a few moments. While we're waiting, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about the ever-increasing popularity of Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite. Blue Coal is winning new friends every day among New England housewives. They not only like the superior heat of Blue Coal, but they find that it simplifies housekeeping. This is because Blue Coal is so clean. It burns completely and does not send any particles of unburned carbon through the house to be deposited on furniture or woodwork. The drudgery of daily cleaning is reduced to a minimum with this clean fuel. Blue Coal is the largest single brand of solid fuel prepared especially for home use. Each car is laboratory tested at the mines for purity and size before shipment. Blue Coal is Pennsylvania's finest anthracite. So that you can personally identify this excellent fuel, it is actually colored blue at the mines. Order it by name. You will find the name of your nearest Blue Coal dealer listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
Are you comfortable in that chair, Carolyn?
Yes, thank you, Margo, dear. And I do appreciate your coming out here and staying with me.
I'm glad to do it. But it's 6 o'clock. Your husband ought to be coming home pretty soon, shouldn't he?
He phoned just before you got here and said he was starting. He seemed very agitated. Oh, he's a strange, unaccountable man sometimes. There are things about him I don't seem to understand.
Yes, I know, dear. He has the car, I suppose?
Yes, he's driving. He's probably on his way now.
I've got to think. I've got to think of something. I know. We leave town.
You're driving rather recklessly, Sneed.
You again.
I'm going to haunt you. Try to forget that I'm here in the rear seat. If it annoys you. No, don't look under the seat.
If I could only see you, get my hands on you, I'd show you how much it annoys me. Shut up.
I'm the voice of your conscience, Sneed. Perhaps you have a conscience. After all...
I could choke that voice down your throat without any trouble to my conscience.
If you only had the power of second sight, you could see me. That's an invaluable gift, Sneed. Being able to see things that other men can't. Some people call it mental telepathy. Some by other names. Remember, I can see the pictures you make in your mind. I told you about that.
You can warn all you like. That's not evidence. Not in court. A lot of wild guesses that don't mean anything.
Well, doesn't it frighten you a little, Sneed? I simply will you not to see me, and you don't. Careful. There's a truck coming down the road. Better sound your horn.
Good Lord, the fool's taking up the whole road.
It's going to hit you. Look out.
It's gone. There wasn't any truck there.
No. I willed you to see it. And you saw it.
No truck at all. Just hypnotism. Gosh, I'm having hallucinations.
But that's the way to dispel hallucinations. Drive straight through them. Be careful. We're near your house. And this old mill road is tricky.
What about it?
Look, Sneed. There's a man in the road ahead of you.
There is, eh? Really?
Why, it looks like one of your two pals that called on you today. I knew he would be here, Sneed.
Really?
You're going to hit him if you don't watch out.
More of your hallucinations. You think that I'll believe you again, don't you? Well, I won't.
Look out!
I hit him.
This time, it was no hallucination, Sneed. He was in front of you.
Morning papers! Morning papers! It's convict Spike Cullen found dead last night on the old mill road. Spike Collins, wanted by the police, found dead.
Here, son. I'll take one.
Hey, sir.
What's it all about, Lamont? Found dead on Old Mill Road. But that's out for the Saints' place.
Yes, I believe it is. Notorious criminal struck by automobile and killed. He was certainly struck by an automobile.
I wonder if Sneed knew anything about it. He acted very strange when he got home last night.
Strange? What way?
Well, he was pale and shaky, and he hardly seemed to know I was there. He told Carolyn that he'd had a message from out of town, and they'd have to pack and leave.
Oh, did he say when?
Well, they thought they could get their trunks and things ready by this afternoon sometime. You're not going to let Carolyn go with him, Lamont?
Not if I can help it. Let's see. A little after 9. I imagine Commissioner Weston is rather startled by the morning's news. I think I'll have a word with Commissioner Weston.
Commissioner Weston, they're sending Collins' body into the morgue.
You went out there this morning and checked all details, Captain?
Yes, sir, I did. And whoever hit him certainly smashed him up good. His face was all out of shape and couldn't recognize him. But we found these in his pocket.
Now, let's see. Letter from his girl out west, looks like. Insurance policy. Library card of Leavenworth Penitentiary.
And this ring, sir, that Collins always wore, with the figure 8 on it.
Oh, yes. Well, it's a good job done, whoever did it. Tag that stuff and file it.
Yes, sir.
Let me know when the wagon gets here.
Yes, sir.
Police Department, Commissioner Weston speaking.
Good morning, Commissioner. This is your good friend, the Shadow.
Oh, yeah? Well, what the blazes do you want?
To be of a little assistance, as usual.
Yes, I see. I'm getting tired of this rigmarole, though heaven knows things happen when you phone. And what's the assistance today?
Why didn't you investigate the ghost that haunts Sneed House, Commissioner, on the old mill road?
Well, you missed up on that one, Mr. Shadow. I don't put much stock in ghosts, but we went out there and checked up, searched the house. There's no evidence.
No. Go again today, Commissioner. And this time, I think you'll get your evidence.
Is that the last trunk, Arthur?
Yes. The expressman won't be here until 4. Another hour yet. Why don't you go up and lie down a while, Caroline,
Yes, I will. I'll try to sleep a little now that it's daylight.
You told the milkman we wanted to pay him.
He's coming back before we leave.
Good. Well, that must be him now at the back door. Get back. Get back.
What's the matter, Sneed? Think you're seeing a ghost?
Stop. Don't come near me.
Snap out of it, will you? This is me, Spike Collins.
You? Alive?
It wasn't me you hit with your car last night on that back road. Well, I guess you wish it had been, huh?
Who was it then?
It was Rat Wilson. Fool got half pickled trying to get up his nerve for the job. Staggered out on the road before I could stop him, and wham! It was all over.
Wilson, eh?
So there was my chance, see? Him and me about the same size, his face and hands all smashed flat. I put my stuff in his pockets, my ring and what was left of his finger. There I was, dead. And all that time you was giving me the double cross. And maybe I am a ghost, but I can still deal with you, Sneed.
Who is it, Arthur?
Just a minute, Carolyn. Now listen, Spike. There's only one way to see this thing through. You and I have got to stick together. The shadow is after us both. We've got to get out together, away from this shadow.
Don't kid me anymore about the shadow. You see this cat? I'm here on business and I'm going through with it. Put the old lady out of her misery.
Good Lord.
What's the matter?
There. On the table.
Nothing but a torn playing card. The ace of spades, or half of it.
You've got to stop it, Spike. You've got to stop.
Arthur, what's the matter? Who's this man?
Carolyn. This is a friend of mine.
Friend?
Sure, a friend.
But I don't understand. The pistol,
Yeah, that's my way of doing business, lady. Your husband does it different. He's been scaring you to death, ain't he? Making you think the place was haunted. You know how he always does it?
Stop it, Spike.
He used to be an electrician, see? He rigs up a sort of electric sound box with a remote control switch. He usually puts the switch over here by the door. Yeah, here it is.
What's it all about, Arthur?
The ace of spades. The end. Death.
When he turns the switch, you hear the ghost dance. All you have to do is turn this knob. That's the way it works, lady.
But I hear it. Arthur, I hear it.
Turn that thing off, you idiot. What? I haven't turned it on. You haven't. And what's making those sounds?
I am.
What's that? It's him. He's come. A shadow.
I am coming up these cellar stairs. I will enter and stand beside you.
Where is he?
Stand back or I'll shoot.
When I enter, I will touch one of you on the shoulder.
Stop him! Stop him!
And that one will die.
Open over there.
It's the cops. Come here, Speed. It's a plant. You called in the cops.
No, don't shoot, Spike.
The jig is up. You can have the bullet I was going to give your wife, you double-crossing skunk.
Oh, you killed him.
Come on, here we are. Go through that side room, boys. Okay. Stick him up.
I got him. I'll stand still around. Break your arm. Now, hand over that gat.
All right. I'm through. You win.
Spike Collins.
Wait.
Spike
Collins?
Why,
I thought he was...
He's a fool. I thought you... Say, what is this? Who was that guy that got killed over here last night? Come clean, Collins.
Whoever it was, I didn't do it.
Who's that? Where are you?
Don't be alarmed. I am here behind you, in the shadow.
Oh. So you're here, Shadow, eh?
Maybe you know who got killed here last night.
The man killed last night, Commissioner, is a ghost.
Oh, yeah?
There are now 2 ghosts in this little adventure. Mr. Collins will probably make the 3rd. You really should believe in ghosts now, Commissioner. And in shadows.
And now, before today's adventure with the Shadow comes to a close, John Barclay, Blue Coal's own heating expert, is here to give us another of his practical talks on automatic heating. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Barclay.
Good evening, friends. In former Sunday night talks of mine, I've shown you the importance of having the temperature of the home properly controlled with the Blue Coal automatic heat regulator. That is, in terms of health and convenience. Now, tonight, I'm going to give a 3rd important reason for automatic heating: economy. Most authorities will tell you that the proper degree of heat in the home is 70 degrees. Naturally, you can't by hand keep your fire from giving off more than 70 degrees of heat, but the Blue Coal automatic heat regulator can and does. But here's how that saves you actual fuel dollars. Heating engineers have discovered that for every degree you raise the temperature above the desired 70 degrees, your fuel goes up in cost 1.5%. So you see, friends, by automatically shutting off that heat, that extra, wasteful, unhealthy heat regulator automatically saves on fuel costs. Why not investigate this Blue Coal heat regulator further? Ask your local Blue Coal dealer to give you a demonstration. The cost is only $18.95 plus a small charge for installation. You'll find it well worth every cent of that and more. Moreover, if you have any heating problems, discuss these also with your Blue Coal dealer. He is the best informed heating authority in your community, and assisted by his John Barclay trained serviceman, can, I'm sure, help you save money and have a more comfortable home this winter. This service is free. It costs you nothing. Thank you.
The Shadow adventure you have just heard is copyrighted by the Shadow magazine. The characters in this story are entirely fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
Extra! Hear all about it! Next week, same time, same station. The Shadow's latest adventure. Extra! Extra!
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard.
as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The Shadow's true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margo Lane. Today's story, aboard the steamship Amazon.
Randolph Todd.
Come on over, Randy.
Join the party.
Hi, children. What's the celebration for?
Jane's been lucky. She's in the money. She guessed right on the ship's run for the day.
Yeah, come on and join us. Can't let Jane take all that cash you wanted to Rickawana when we dock tomorrow.
Don't mind me. I just supply the money. What'll it be, Randy?
Oh, nothing now, thanks. I'm looking for my stepmother. Anybody seen her?
Oh, sure. She's over there with Dr. DeVista. Oh, yes. See you later. Oh, say, we're going for a swim in the deck pool. Want to come along?
Oh, not this afternoon, thanks.
Oh, I don't think you'll like us.
Hey, it'd be a lot of fun, though, wouldn't it? Hello, Mother. Afternoon, DeVista.
Sit down, Randall.
Oh, thank you, Mother. Well, tomorrow we'll be in Rickaguana. And from there on, it's going to be one great big party.
Lower your voice, my son.
Oh, no one can hear us in this corner. Time for the hush-hush is almost over.
Well, it will be shortly.
Well, I hope your little revolution is half as much fun as smuggling those munitions out of the United States has been.
It will be more exciting, I assure you.
And when the revolution is successful, you will be a hero, Todd. My countrymen will never forget what you have done for them.
Well, just as long as it's fun, I don't mind putting up the money.
But you will make a fortune also. The people of my blood will show their gratitude in practical ways.
You know, the more I think of it, the funnier it gets. The luxurious steamer Amazon on a pleasure cruise, with enough ammunition and guns down in its hold to overthrow 3 governments.
Be careful, Todd.
Oh, don't worry. Nobody knows about those boxes marked electric refrigerators.
No one but us and Tang Sui.
Yes. Your Japanese valet is more practical than you thought. He is interested in the money he is going to make.
Sure. Well, Mother, tomorrow should be a great day for you.
Yes. To rule the land I was driven out of, an exile.
Yes, Marie. The general has promised you great power.
Master.
What is it now, Tang Sui?
Message come to stateroom. I bring it.
A message?
It is a radiogram.
Well, let's have it, Tang Sui.
Here, Master.
Oh, that's all, Tang Sui. Oh, blazes, it's in code.
Code? Then it's from...
Headquarters, yes. From the general.
Oh, it may be important. We'd better decode it right away, my son.
Sure. Here.
No, not here, Todd.
Oh, hardly. I'm not a complete fool, Doctor. Anyway, the code book's in my cabin. I'll meet you at dinner time.
Your stepson. He thinks this is all a lark. He does not count the danger.
Randolph, he is a fool.
But he will not be quite so gay if an accident happens. If he is stood against a wall and shot.
That would be unfortunate, Dr. DeVista.
Yes, for him. But if he were... you would come into all his money. Have you forgotten that?
No, my friend. I have not forgotten that.
Nice swim, Margo?
Fun, Lamont.
Join me to walk on deck.
I'd love to.
I didn't see young Todd doing his famous jackknife with debutante.
Now, Lamont, Randy's a nice boy. I've known him for years. A little too much money, but that's all.
And he travels around with a strange crew. His stepmother looks rather formidable.
Stop making deductions. You're on vacation.
Speak of the devil. Hello, Todd. Oh, hello. Hello, Margo.
Randy. Oh, what's the matter with him?
Oh, very polite, was he?
I never saw him act like that before. He was like a man in a daze.
Did look worried. He had bad news.
Bad news?
Yes, didn't you notice? He had a radiogram in his hand, stuck in his pocket. He saw us coming.
Well, he certainly shot out of his stateroom in a hurry.
Yes, and he wasn't really going anyplace. He stopped and standing there by the rail.
All by himself. That isn't like Randy either.
Margo, perhaps he needs help. Why not talk to him?
He wouldn't talk in front of you, Lamont.
All right, you go alone. I'll duck.
And if he does need help?
Maybe we can supply it. See you later.
All right, I'll go over and talk to him. Nice day, isn't it, Randy?
Huh? Oh, hello, Margo.
Randy, what's the matter with you?
Well, I'm in kind of a jam, Margo, but don't you worry.
What sort of a jam?
Oh, it's the worst darn mess
Suppose you tell me the whole story.
I can't do that.
Of course you can.
No. I'm an awful coward, Margo.
Coward? Nonsense. What is there to be afraid of?
Oh, nothing.
Randy, I believe you are frightened. Are you in danger?
Margo, what would you do if... No, I can't tell anyone.
Tell them what?
Oh, please, leave me alone, Margo.
Randy.
Stop pestering me, will you? I can't stand it.
Randy, come back here. Randy! Shadow,
Yes, Margo.
you heard everything?
Yes, I was here beside you. Randolph Todd must have some cause for his fear. I think I must talk to that young man. Talk to him soon. As the Shadow.
Dr. De Vista, have you seen Randolph?
No, Maria.
I thought surely he'd be here dancing.
No, he did not even come to dinner. Tang Sui is looking for him.
De Vista, there is something wrong. Let's go to the boys' car. Come.
Here is Tang Sui now.
Tang Sui, my stepson.
My master has gone back to his stateroom.
Good.
He is worried. He walks up and down, up and down.
We must see about this. Please come, both of you.
That radiogram, Maria. Perhaps that is what upset you.
Here is the cabin, mister.
Open the door.
Hello? Oh, it's you.
Yes, Todd. It is us.
Shut the door, Tang Sui.
Yes, mister.
Well?
We thought you were coming to the dance.
Oh, I changed my mind.
Something bother, master, maybe.
No, I'm all right.
Randolph, stop handling that old dagger and look at me.
I'm interested in this knife. It's an
ancient Indian knife, we know all that.
Randolph, we want to know why you are acting like this.
What did the general say in his radiogram?
The radiogram?
Yes. What was the message?
Well, nothing important. Just good wishes.
Really? May I see the message?
Well, no, I tore it up and threw it overboard.
You destroyed it?
Well, yes, it wasn't important.
That message was from the general. We had a right to see it.
I'm sorry. I just didn't think.
Randolph.
Well, what difference does it make? Hey, what are you all staring at me for?
Me think master lie.
Tang Sui is right, Randolph. You're lying.
I said I threw the message overboard.
You're a poor liar, Randolph. Give me that paper.
I tell you,
Grab him.
Oh, no,
look out, he stabbed the knife.
Hold him, Tang Sui.
Tang Sui, hold master, drop a knife.
Let me go. Twist his arm, Tang Sui.
I twist the... Drop a knife.
Stop! Drop the knife, you fool. Tang Sui's jiu-jitsu will tear your arm off. Good. Go through his pocket, Vista. I'll pick up the knife.
Hold him, Tang Sui.
No worry, Tang Sui handle.
This won't get you anywhere.
Find the radio message, Doctor, and the code book.
Here it is. In the book. And a decoded copy.
Read it.
Entire plan discovered by government. Blow up ammunition to prevent capture.
Master, lie.
Well, what if I did? Can't take that message seriously.
It is an order.
It's insane. Think of all the people on this boat. I won't do a thing like that. If you set off the ammunition, they'd all be killed.
What is that to us? Fool.
We follow the general.
Listen, this isn't what I joined. This is mass murder. Innocent people. I didn't mind fighting in your penny ante war, but this...
You are a traitor to your people.
Your people, stepmother. Not mine. The passengers on this boat are my countrymen. I won't let you slaughter them. I'll show up the whole scheme.
You dare?
Well, watch me. Either you call the whole thing off, or I go to the captain.
No, master.
You can't hold me forever, Tang Sui.
So, you would betray us. Enrique Guana, this is the fate of traitors.
Mother, put down that knife.
The knife, it is for the traitor's heart.
Maria. You threw the knife.
Let him fall, Tang Sui.
Mistress, throw well. He is dead.
But, Maria, this is murder.
Do not be a fool, Da Vista. We had to silence him.
You cannot hide a murder.
It is not murder. The knife is Randolph's. His grip alone is on the handle. I threw it by the blade. My poor, distracted stepson killed himself.
Suicide?
Mistress is very wise.
Yes. We shall say when they ask questions that we three left him alone and went to dinner. Later, in the dark, we shall carry out the general's command.
Explode the...
Yes, my dear doctor. Blow up the ship.
Oh, hello, Margo. Hello, Mr. Cranston. This is Randy's cabin. He promised to throw a party. It's his last night on board, and he's walked out on us.
Doesn't answer?
No, and I'll bet he's sound asleep in there. Randy, you lubber, let us in.
I don't hear anyone inside. Oh, steward, come here a moment.
Yes, sir? Bottle, sir.
Do you know if Mr. Todd's in his cabin?
He was till the last I knew. His valet said Todd didn't wish to be disturbed.
There, what did I tell you? I'm going to keep on knocking till he pays some attention.
Oh, just a minute, Jane. Mr. Cranston has no idea.
Steward, have a pass key? Suppose you open the door for us.
Well, no, sir, I don't know that...
Of course you will. Mr. Todd's playing a joke on the young lady, and we mustn't let him. No one will know. You let us in. Come on.
Oh, thank you, sir. Of course, if it's all in fun, sir.
Oh, it's dark. Randy, where are you?
The light switch is by the door, sir.
Oh, yes. Here we are.
Lamont, he isn't here.
Oh, yes, he is, sir. Look, he's lying on the floor.
Yes, come on, Randy, wake up.
Lamont, that knife in his breast.
Yes.
Is he?
Randy Todd is dead.
Oh, my poor, poor Randolph.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Todd.
Oh.
Stepson appears to have committed suicide.
You're sure, Captain McTeague?
Yes, I'm sure, Miss Cranston.
There should be some reason for suicide, Captain.
I am afraid our young friend was bored with life. He was ill and depressed when we left him before dinner.
Exactly, Dr. DeVista. I had the ship's doctor check the fingerprints on that knife. They all belong to the dead man. No one else has touched it.
If only he had come to me.
You must not reproach yourself, Marie.
Captain.
Yes, Mr. Cranston?
I met young Todd this afternoon. He seemed worried about something.
Yes, I, too, noticed that he was troubled.
The question is, Dr. DeVita, what was he worried about?
Who knows? He was a moody youth.
Yes, poor boy will never know his reason.
Captain, Todd had a radiogram this afternoon. It's missing now.
Randolph received many messages, Captain McTeague, concerning the estate.
Did he show you this one, Mrs. Todd?
I never interfered with his affairs.
We're wasting time, Cranston.
I think not, Captain. This message may have been important. Tang Sui, did you see it?
Tang Sui, no, nothing.
I'll ask the questions, Cranston.
Very well.
You might ask Mr. Cranston how he knows the radiogram is missing.
Yes, how about that, Cranston?
Todd was wearing the same suit when I found him, so I looked for it.
You mean you searched the body?
Yes, the steward was here as a witness.
Well, I must say you've got your nerve, Cranston.
Perhaps but suicide with a knife isn't very common, Captain.
Now, look here, Cranston. It's bad enough to have a suicide on board without you trying to twist it into something worse.
No one saw young Todd after his 3 traveling companions left him.
I resent that.
Captain McTeague, this is outrageous. Must we be badgered by this young man? I can't stand his manners.
I still say...
That's enough from you, Cranston.
I'm merely trying...
I've had more than enough of your impudence. Adams, Captain, take this Mr. Cranston to his stateroom and lock him up.
Lock me up?
Yes, I am holding you as a material witness.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And Adams. Yes, sir. Put a man on the deck outside Cranston's cabin window. He's to stay in his room.
Yes, sir. Come on, Mr. Cranston.
Coming. I'll see you again, Captain. Very soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting for the Shadow's hair-raising story to reach a thrilling climax, let me say something about a new kind of rainy day driving safety that may save your life. Because who knows...
The Shadow knows. When there's wet, slippery film on the highways, there's always the grim uncertainty that your car may start sliding, swerving, spinning off the road. Why gamble with fate?
Yes, motorists, and why gamble on tires when the new Goodrich Silvertown, with its lifesaver tread, offers you such marvelous skid protection? And marvelous is the word for it. Because exhaustive road tests of the regular and premium priced tires of America's 6 largest tire manufacturers prove that the new Goodrich Silvertown gave greater skid protection than any of the other tires tested. And don't forget, motorists, those grueling road tests weren't made by Goodrich. They were conducted by absolutely impartial engineers from America's largest independent testing laboratory, the Pittsburgh Testing Laboratory. What's more, some of the tires the new Silvertown was tested against have list prices as much as 40 to 70% more. When you consider that, then the fact that this new Goodrich Silvertown gave greater skid resistance than any tire tested is even more remarkable. Remember, when you buy Silvertowns, you get Lifesaver Tread skid protection plus Golden Ply blowout protection. 2 exclusive Goodrich features at no extra cost.
Here. This go in that bag, Stuart.
Right you are.
Think that is all.
Smart idea, Mr. Tang Sui, packing ahead of time. Most people leave it to the last minute.
Boat docks tomorrow.
Right you are, early in the morning. That was terrible, your boss, Mr. Todd, killing himself.
Most tragic. Tang Sui very fond of, young master.
Yes, very tough break. I'll answer it. That's funny.
Funny? What is?
There's nobody at the door.
No one?
The passage is empty.
Never mind, steward. You can go.
Right you are.
Shut door, please. Stuart, I said go. Who laughed?
I did, Tang Sui.
You. Where are you? I cannot see you.
I am here beside you, Tang Sui.
Only voice.
Yes, Tang Sui. The shadow is a voice. Asking for the truth. The truth about Randolph Todd's death.
Tang Sui know nothing.
Tang Sui lies. The shadow knows. Where is the radiogram your young master got this afternoon?
I not know.
You are a wicked servant, Tang Sui. Where is the radiogram?
I did nothing.
Where is it?
Here in pocket.
Put it on the table.
Yes, Shadow.
Why was it taken? What does it say?
I give it to you. Now, go away, please.
No, Tang Sui, not until I know the truth. Was Randolph Todd murdered?
Go away, please, go away. Tang Sui did nothing.
Tang Sui, get away from that door.
No, leave me alone. I run.
This is nonsense, Tang Sui.
Such a wild story.
No, true. Tang Sui talk with Shadow. No man, just Shadow.
I don't believe it.
It's true, mistress. Shadow take radiogram from Tang Sui.
The radiogram? You gave it to him?
You cow.
Cannot fight Shadow, cannot see.
Fool. There is the answer to not seeing him. He hid in the fog.
No fog in Tang Sui cabin.
Well, we won't mind the fog a little later tonight. Doctor, you'd better shut the window. Look at the way the curtains are blowing in.
That is funny. There has not been a breath of air all night.
But the curtains were blowing, just for a moment.
This shadow, he may prove an obstacle.
How? He cannot know our plan, or what is in the hold of the ship. Now listen, we are only about 10 miles off the Ricaguana coast.
In a section friendly to the revolution.
Yes, in the fog we can easily lower a boat and slip away.
But this is a shadow.
You and your ghost stories, Tang Sui. He cannot do anything.
He has radio message.
Only the copy in code. I destroyed the decoded copy. How can he read the message without the code book?
And you have the code book safe, De Vista?
Of course, I have it on me.
Look in your pockets, De Vista.
Huh?
What's that? Who spoke?
Shadow. He's here.
Yes, my friends. The shadow is here.
Maria, the code book. It is not in my pocket.
I took
it is
from
gone.
you, De Vista. I took it. Now I can read the message that caused one of you to murder Randolph Todd.
Maria, if he reads that message...
First, he must decode it. By that time, he will be too late. Come, we act at once.
Half speed ahead. Half speed it is, Captain. Very good, Mr. Pearson. Keep her on the course and keep sounding that whistle.
Yes, sir. What night, sir?
Blasted fog. Watch she doesn't get any closer to shore. There are shoals in there.
Aye, sir.
Captain McTeague.
What was that?
I am here, Captain McTeague. Behind you.
Where? Get off the bridge. There are no passengers allowed up here.
Your ship is in danger, Captain.
Listen, whoever you are, get off the bridge. There's no danger. I've brought the Amazon through many a fog.
The danger isn't the fog, Captain. It's below decks.
Below? Say, come out here in the light so I can get a good look at you.
You cannot see me, Captain, but you must believe me. There are explosives in the hold.
You must be crazy.
There are munitions. Disguised. They're bound for revolutionaries in Ricaguana. With a plan to blow them up.
Say, who are you?
They call me the Shadow, Captain. Believe me, you must go below before it is too late. Randolph Todd knew about the munitions, too. That's why he was murdered.
Murdered?
If you don't believe that, Captain, at least go down into the hold. Go now, and you will learn.
Mr. Pearson.
Yes, sir.
Take over. I'm going below. I want 2 men, armed.
Yes, sir.
Get the top of that box.
Yes, Maria. Tang Sui, hand me that hatchet.
Yes, sir. Here.
This one has the fuses.
Quickly, start tying one up to the powder. If one box blows up, they'll all go.
Yes, and the ship with them.
What is this?
Someone come.
What? Tang Sui, quick, switch out the lights.
Yes, sir. Good. Now, Tang Sui, stay by the switch box. Don't turn them on till I give the word.
Yes, mister.
Quiet, quiet.
It's black as pitch in here. Got your flash, Peters?
Yes, Captain.
Find the light switch. If you ask me, this is the craziest...
No tongue three.
Hey, who turned on those lights?
Do not move, Captain.
Got a gun, sir.
So I see.
So's the woman.
And I am a good shot, sailors. Keep your hands up.
Mr. Todd and Mrs. Todd and Dr. DeVista. Say, what are you doing down here?
Good evening, Captain.
And young Todd's valet, too. Put down those guns. What the devil do you mean by...
You do not command now, Captain.
That's mutiny.
Throw your guns on the floor, gentlemen.
I'll be...
You'll be dead if you don't.
Throw guns.
What do you say, Captain?
Go ahead, boys. There's not much we can do now. There's my gun.
The others, please, quickly. Line up facing the wall, gentlemen. Keep those hands up, Captain.
You don't expect to get away with this.
But we do. We will. There will be a certain loud noise, and you... But never mind. Tang Sui.
Yes, missus.
You will shoot the first man who turns around.
Yes.
Come, Dr. De Vista. We must hurry. Bring the hatchet with you.
Yes, I am coming.
You. What's your name? Tang Sui. What does she mean by a loud noise? Are there explosives in this hold?
Captain, no talk.
If anything happens to this ship...
One more word and Captain die.
I think not, Tang Sui.
Shadow! Let go! My arm!
Drop the gun, Tang Sui.
The man who calls himself the Shadow's got him.
Softly, Captain. Get the others.
I've got his gun, sir.
Oh, let me go, Shadow. Let me go.
All right, Captain, rush the others. They're laying a fuse.
Fuse? Grab your guns, men. Come on.
Let go, Shadow. Tang Sui do nothing.
So, you don't like your jiu-jitsu when it's practiced on you. Pull off the others.
Drop your hands. Grab your man. Hold it there. Now, easy, lady. We got you.
Oh, Shadow, this is your doing.
No, Mrs. Todd, yours. The Shadow merely helps the cause of justice.
Hey, these are munitions, all right. Look at that. Powder. High explosive shells. Enough to blow the ship right out of the water.
That was their idea, Captain.
Well, I hope you three are satisfied. Smuggling, piracy, assault with a deadly weapon, sabotage. You'll spend the rest of your lives behind bars.
No, Captain, not all three. Tang Sui will die for the murder of his master, Randolph Todd.
No, I did not.
You will hang Tang Sui.
I tell you truth, Shadow.
Don't you fool.
Be quiet.
The truth, Tang Sui.
Missy Todd, one time, Soccer's lady, she throw knife by blade.
You little traitor.
Look out!
She grabbed the hatchet, sir, and threw it.
We had to shoot, sir.
The hatchet just missed Tang Sui.
Oh, she bad. She murder master.
The woman is dead.
Marie.
So, Captain, Mrs. Todd paid for her crime. She killed her stepson. She planned to destroy all the people on the ship. Instead, it was she who perished.
Peters and Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Take Dr. Vista and Tang Sui to the brig.
Yes, sir.
Come on, now, you. Come on.
Shadow, I'd like to thank you. Who are you, anyway?
Just the Shadow, Captain McTeague. I work in the shadows. Against crime.
You saved my ship. I feel the line should thank you publicly.
My power would be lost if I were known, Captain.
Well, there's a young man upstairs I owe an apology to. Lad named Cranston.
Really? Why?
Well, he sort of figured young Todd was murdered.
Mr. Cranston must be very wise. And now, Captain, I must go back into the shadows.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.